Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is your match reaction. Arsenal 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Of course, we were on top of the table for just a little time before Brighton took us off. But the most important part is we won and we had a perfect start. A clean sheet, 2 goals already. Kai Havertz onto the score sheet and Saka is already underway as well. It was a mixed performance, I would say. Many people didn't like it. Many people liked it. Personally, I liked it. I think this season I'm going to be very, very positive as an Arsenal fan. But also, opening day fixtures are not as smooth and easy as you want them to be. And I know we have a very, very difficult start. So this should have been a momentum booster. And it was a momentum booster because what we did was to go and beat, Wolverhampton Wanderers in a very, very comfortable fashion. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Who was your man of the match in this game? Let me know in the comment box below. I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka, a goal, an assist as well. I saw some good performances, but I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. Don't forget, this show is brought to you by KiwiBet, a new betting and gaming site in Uganda. You can bet with them online, and they're saying you can copy my receipts directly through the bet arena. And obviously, you don't have to do any research. You don't have to, calculate any odds. All you have to do, log into KiwiBet, search for Kosi, go into the bet arena, and then you're going to be able to copy all my receipts. Yesterday we won some money, very good money, with Arsenal, with Liverpool as well, and today we are going again with the introduction of the Serie A and the French League 1 as well. Now, I would say this, right? I think Mikel Arteta got the first game of the season absolutely spot on. I think it was a very, 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 it was a very smart performance from Arsenal, and especially the way we set up. Now, I saw some tired legs there, and we'll talk about the fitness issues in this game. I saw Declan Rice, I saw Thomas Partey, all those were fitness issues, and I thought maybe Mikel wanted to just, consolidate that starting 11 just to make sure that every player that we expected to see on the pitch was actually there, but some players were not 100% fit. And again, that's an advantage, that if Arsenal played like that and won that game without 100% fitness, what about if we get back to our levels? So in the first half is one thing I want to talk about. The first half was a lot of, I think it was so mixed to an extent that I thought Arsenal would win like 3-0 in the first 20 minutes, and then in the last 20 minutes Wolverhampton Wanderers grew into the game. Thomas Partey lost his footing in midfield, and Wolves were actually much better in the last 20 minutes of the game, especially in the first half. And I was like, maybe this could be a difficult game. It could be as difficult as you could not imagine. But this is one of the things I like about Arsenal these days. We've got the ability to win games whether we play very well or we don't play very well as well. And again, if you want to win the title, you're not going to be playing well every single season, every single game. Last season, Man City lost a game in December. So from December to May, they were winning games every single game. But did they play well in every single game? Definitely not. Did they put in quality performances every single 90 minutes? Definitely not. There were games where they picked up 3 points, and they actually didn't deserve it. So the first game of the campaign, I'm going to say, don't stress yourself too much. If a player didn't play well, it's the first game. If a player played well, that's good. They're starting off the season very well. But I won't be surprised to see players that didn't play well yesterday pick up good performances and pick up very, very good form. Now, my top performances in that game were Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz. Of course, Saliba had a good game. Odegaard, for me, had a good game, although he didn't score. But I thought he had a good game, and we'll do the player ratings later on. But my top performers was Saka, and my top performers were Kai Havertz. I saw a Kai Havertz that we saw at Germany. I think the difference in this one is that he scored. Again, he didn't take his chances, all of them, right? I think as a player playing up top, he's got to start getting used to the fact that we expect goals out of him. He's got to use the fact that every single time he's in front of goal, he should be looking to be on target. But apart from that, his pressing, his running, dropping into midfield, it was excellent. I will see, and I still think that we are going to see Havertz and Gabriel Jesus play together in the same team. Whether Gabriel Jesus comes in on the left-hand side, whether he plays through the middle, I think it will happen. and it will be good. So Kai Havertz yesterday had a very good game. I was very, very impressed with him. I hope he continues on that form. The goal was very, very good. And we've always been talking about his running and his runs into the penalty area. And people have been asking, what does he do? What does he provide? That is one of some of the work he does. He just so good at looking at the picture in a very different way, and just getting himself in the right place at the right time, and that is what that goal is made of. For Bukayo Saka, he is our star boy, but also the most important player in the Arsenal jersey. And yesterday, when you're looking at him, you're looking at a Bukayo Saka that was full of energy, full of enthusiasm. I think when he plays for England, he plays for a team that he really, really loves and he would love to, perform for. When he plays for Arsenal, he plays for a team that reciprocates the love that he has for that team. And again, the second goal is absolutely beautiful. Now, again, he could have scored a little bit earlier. He could have assisted more than one goal. I thought his overall game was like top yesterday. And for Saka, if you remember my predictions, 3,000 people watched that video. If you watched my predictions, I said Saka is going to be our top assister and top scorer. Right now, who is Arsenal's top scorer? Bukayo Saka, joint top with Havertz, 1 goal each. Who is Arsenal's top assister? It is Bukayo Saka as well. So I won't be surprised for him to go 15 goals and 15 assists this season. I won't be surprised for him to be the top scorer and also top assister. That performance is what we need. I've seen a few people saying this season is where Arsenal are going to win it. I've seen the manager of Wolverhampton Wanderers, O'Neill, saying that this season could be Arsenal's season. They suffocate you. They make you feel like you're not there. And it wasn't even our best game. It really wasn't our best game. It was far from perfection. Yes, it was the perfect start. I know that. But it was far from perfection. It was far from that defensive, solidity we know. The Raya that we know, of course, showed up with that save. But he shouldn't be able to make such saves if Arsenal are defensively well, if we are organized in midfield. And the chances that we created, we should have buried more. So it was far away from perfection, but it looked like a very, very complete Arsenal performance. Now, in terms of transfers, I think we need 1 or 2 more players in that team. Fabio Vieira, of course, he did pick up some little knock, but Fabio Vieira for me is not going to do it. When I looked at that Arsenal performance, I thought, go and get a player like Victor Gyökeres and then add him to Mikel Merino. It's going to be much better. It's going to be, a much better Arsenal team as compared to what we have seen in the past. Now, I don't think we have a lot of time to work on transfers. But if Edu can get in 1 more attack, I saw Gabriel Martinelli playing on the right-hand side. And I was like, no, this is not working. This is definitely not working. And I think what Arsenal are trying to do there, we are trying to find a way of not signing a winger, of not signing a backup for Saka. What we should be doing, in my opinion, play Gabriel Jesus there. He's more comfortable in that space as compared to Fabio Vieira, as compared to Gabriel Martinelli as well. So the transfer window is something that we've got to continue working on. I just want to talk about the fitness issues before we get into the player ratings. The fitness issues we saw, Rice, obviously, he was cramping up, and the manager's been talking about it, and he said, he had something. He's not had a pre-season after a hectic season, first season at Arsenal. He goes into that hectic Euros where they thought they would win it. They eventually didn't win it. And then after that, they got into the new season. So he's not had enough time. But one player that I thought had fitness issues was Thomas Partey. And also not just fitness issues, but the mistakes in the game were too much. But like I said, opening day, it's always very, very difficult. I don't think Partey is going to put in 20 performances like that. He's a very, very, very well-oiled machine. He's going to get back and it's going to be, even better. But I think if you're Mikel Arteta, what you want to do is deal with those fitness issues. I was happy when Timber came on. I was happy when Saka went off. I can see a manager that is willing to understand the position of his players, especially in terms of fitness, and adjust to that as well. So player ratings, David Raya 8 out of 10. That save was absolutely fantastic. Save of the season so far. We have obviously a clean sheet for the player in goal, but I'm going to say this: Raya is so much better, guys. He's so much better than all the goalkeepers we have seen at Arsenal. I think the last goalkeeper that was at Traya's level that we have had, should we say James Lehmann? Because for me, Peter Cech, best goalkeeper of Premier League era, but we didn't see that quality at Arsenal. He was the best goalkeeper in the Premier League at Chelsea, not at Arsenal. So I'm going to say Raya 8 out of 10. Ben White, 7 out of 10. One of the players that have really rested very well. And you can see that in his game. He's so fresh. He's so energetic. Alexander Zinchenko, 7 out of 10. Now, I know people will feel a little bit grumpy about Zini, but I thought he had a good game, especially in the first half and the first 15 minutes of the second half. The problem with Alexander Zinchenko is he allows other clubs to anticipate how to use him. He allows other clubs to use him as an avenue. You cannot allow that as a defender. Yes, you don't want to defend. Yes, you don't want to be on the defensive end of things. But when you're playing at left back, it's always going to happen. You're always going to have to defend. So 7 out of 10. I don't think he had a bad game. And when Timber came on, it was even much better. Gabriel Magalhaes, 7 out of 10. Should have scored in that game, by the way. Had a couple of chances, especially on the header. But he's becoming solid. He's becoming better. And I think we shall see less of Ricardo Calafiori and more of Gabriel if Ricardo Calafiori is going to be playing at centre-back. William Saliba, 7 out of 10. He had one mistake that he committed. I think it was in the second half, and I feared it was going to end up in the back of the net. But apart from that, clean game, clean defense. This partnership, again, we were lucky. The last season, they didn't pick up in injuries. We don't know what's going to happen this season. Are they going to stay the same? Are they going to stay fit? Are they going to have that communication? Are they going to have that form together? If they can, then Arsenal concede even fewer goals than we did last campaign. Thomas Partey, 6.5 out of 10. Let me know in the comment box below. For Partey, was it a fitness problem? Or was it just lack of concentration and the fact that the season is just coming back? They've been off on holiday and they didn't enjoy, a pre-season normally that you would enjoy. I want to know, because that is one of the, I would say, softest games I've seen Thomas Partey play. He was losing the ball carelessly. He didn't really care. It's like he didn't mind whether he loses the ball or not. I want to say this, right? With Thomas Partey, right? 6.5 might be a little bit harsh, but that midfield was very, very exposed. Declan Rice, 6 out of 10. I thought Rice had a worse game than Partey, but when he cramped off, I was like, okay, now I understand. He was a little bit silent, and that is not the Rice I know. The Rice I know wants to receive the ball. The Rice I know wants to be, always at the end of things. The Rice I know wants to be involved all the time. That is not the Rice we saw yesterday. That's not the Rice that played against Wolves. But of course, he's not fit, and I pray, and we all pray, that he gets back to fitness very, very soon. Martin Odegaard. I don't know what to say with Odegaard. He had a good game, but not the level you want him at. So I'm going to give him a 7, right? Captain fantastic. Yesterday, not very Captain fantastic. I love the shot. I want him to try those shots out of the penalty area in the second half. That was a very, very good shot. Try to create, but not that much. I don't think he was restricted by Wolves. I don't think he was targeted by Wolves. I just think like he wasn't up to it, right? But again, he was up to it. That's the thing with Odegaard. He's a good player. He's a cheat code. Whether he's okay or not, he's going to put in, a decent performance. Kai Havertz, my boy, 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I should have given him an 8 probably, but that 8 is going to go to a very different player. With Kai, he scores. That's already a 7. He's pressing. That's the 0.5. Missing chances. That's why he doesn't get the 8 out of 10. So for me with Kai, finish your chances, press better. the way you. I mean, he can continue pressing the way he presses. It's okay. Show me a little bit of energy and a little bit of urgency, and I don't have a problem with you. Gabriel Martinelli. I don't know with Gabriel Martinelli. I don't know. Do we go with a 6 or for 5.5? Why I will go with a 5.5 with Gabriel Martinelli? He's got to look up. He's got to start thinking, how do I square this ball? He's got to start thinking, how do I assist? In the first half, towards the end, he has a glorious chance to square it back to Rice, and Arsenal would be 2-0 up, and he makes the wrong decision, which is to shoot at an angle where I thought shooting was selfish. So I'm going to give him a 5.5. Overall, his game is not yet back. Saka, 8.5. The goal, the assist, the energy, and of course, he looks like a player who has rested enough, but surely he has not rested enough. Timber, 7 out of 10. When he came on, quality, real quality. Trossard, 5 out of 10. Barely noticeable when he came on. Arteta, 7 out of 10. We will get much better performances than that. So for me, for the first game, it's not bad. I know people are going to be crying about it, but it's not a performance for us to be mourning about. Definitely not.